Hello, guys. Are you listening to me? Hello. Can someone tell can you hear me? Hello, guys. Hi. Hello, guys. Hello. Hello. I hope we having a great time together. It's been a while. I think I would say 2 weeks since our last conversation, and I hope that yeah, and I hope that you did the assessment from last time. So, who is ready for our spring over decluttering? Yes, challenge this week. It's money takeover challenge. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. So we all know that for the spring season, everybody is ready because it's. Let me see. Can you can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Just drop yes, yes. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, great, great. I'm so happy to take a few minutes, to chat with you all. And I know it's been at least 2 weeks since our last conversation, but we are today talking about we have a challenge. It's our money takeover challenge, but we know it's springtime. When we heard about spring, we see flowers are blossoming, people who love gardening, their house is like the front porch is pretty because all flowers, and we are ready to hit the summer, right? To go to the pool, to have some vacation, to be free, and especially from school. Are you ready? Yeah, yeah. But the other thing I want to tell you, it's how many of you feel tired every time you have to go to your mailbox, right? Too many papers, too many mails that we receive. I have some example for you. We have our magazine sometimes, the mail, and especially the good coupon. So how many of you like bath and body like me? Yes, I do like, and you can take all my money. And what I want to tell you today, it's how we can start up by cleaning our paperwork. How? What is the reason of that? Let me share a story with you. I remember when I was growing up, maybe between 8, 9, 10 years old, or maybe younger than that. I was living with my grandmother, so we are like our family was living with our grandmother. But in the neighborhood, sometimes the electric pole have gave some fire sparks. So as human, when you see fire, we try to escape. We try to grab our children and then be on the safe place. But the funny thing, I have one of my auntie. She always did two things. She grabbed first her children, my two cousins, and then she have a bag. So hey March, hey JP, hi guys. So she grabbed her bags, and every no, it's happened 2 or 3 times, and then every time I asked her why, and one time she decided to explain the reason, and in that bag she has all her, I would say, legal papers, all legal documents, all what she needs. She have her passport, her birth certificate, all the information for her children. So which means she said if the house got caught in fire, I have my papers, so I don't have to go and lose, waste time and have money, to get those paper again. So today our first thing is cleaning all our paperwork. Let me tell you, I have children every week. they came back home with a lot of work, like school assignment, and I'm telling you, it's too much. Sometimes when they send some notes, sometimes you lose your mind because it's too much. So what I did for them, first I have my big box, and I want to show you guys that big box. I put them in their room, and all their assignment I just put in that box, so I know at the end of the year I just have to get rid of them. The other thing is, the easiest one is to go. You can go to any office supplies store. So maybe Office Max, depending where you live, maybe Walmart, anything. You can get those sheets paper. I don't know if you can see. Just let me know if you can see. And then, but you can just buy that box. It's a sheet protector. You usually have 200. Why are you going to use that? Let me tell you. It will save you money and time. In those paper, in each sheet, because it's we protect your legal documents. What kind of paper do you need to, I would say, keep? You need your birth certificate, you need your passport, you need your wedding license, you need your college transcript diploma, you need your maybe your life insurance plan, a copy of that, you need your health insurance plan, you need your testament, like will, testament, you need your lease agreement if you rent a house. So it's important to have the contract. So you have your lease agreement, because sometimes you might applying for something and they ask you as a proof, your copy, your lease agreement copy. So if you make a big purchase, like you purchase a home, you purchase a car, or maybe you take a loan for that, you need all those legal documents. You just put them in each paper, and if you can, you buy a safe box. Okay, so some of them has a key, some of them has a code. You just put them in, I would say, in order, and that will help you. I do have more information about how long you have to keep your family records. About a birth certificate, a citizen paper sheet, your some death certificate. If you have some family members, they pass away, and you are the one responsible for them, so you need to have their death certificate, or maybe a divorce degrees, your education record, as I said, your passport, even if it's expired. Okay, your social security cards, some contracts that you have, like if you are in a partnership with someone or with a company, so you need to keep those contracts. Why it is important? Sometimes, let me tell you, you might in need to do something, and then you don't have time, so now you realize that that paper you need to apply for, maybe the agency that you have to go to is closed, maybe it's a holiday, maybe you don't have right now the money to apply because it's an emergency. So it will save you when you already have a list of all your legal documents, I would say your family records. It's important to put them in good place, I would say, in a safe place. So the other thing I will tell you, it's the other thing we can add, we can your file, like your income tax filing report. The other thing I want to talk about, it's your password. When I say password, I'm not talking about, I know some people, they like, I don't want to share my phone with my husband or with my boyfriend. I'm not saying boyfriend. If you're living, like, in a house, you live in a house with your spouse, it's important, like, as you share, we have a communication about something. For example, there are some people, they don't, like, they just use the way the internet. When I say the internet, like, there are some bills that they have, they just pay online. They don't go to the agency, they don't go to the company to just pay their bills. They set up an account for if you have a loan, or your credit card, your car loan, your house, or if you have your electric bill, Okay, so your phone bills, your Comcast, like your internet bills, you don't have time, to drive all the way and then to just, I would say, go and pay. What you usually do is go online, set up an account, you have a username and your password. But let me tell you something. If you live with your spouse in the same house and you both share, even though both of you has a specific bills to pay, or you are responsible for some expenses, you need to communicate about those information. The reason, it might happen that you're not available, or the other person can do it for you. I would say can work on your behalf. A quick example, I remember I have to be out of town, and then usually all the school work, like school stuff, I am the one responsible to do that for my daughters. And then they have to do, the picture day. And so I should pay online. I usually set up my account and pay online for them. But it's something happening once a year. It's not every month that you have to pay your bills. So because I was out of town, I was out of state, and then where I was, it's the time zone is different. So by the time my children are sleeping, or my family is sleeping, I'm still awake. So by the time they go to school, this is that time, I might sleeping. So I might be sleeping. So they just, and my oldest daughter keep messaging me, mom, did you pay? And I forget, to ask my husband to do that for me, because I was the one setting up the account, and then that was on my computer. So I did not remember, to tell him, hi, this is the password, this is the website to go to. So I have to do it while I would say, miles away, and then take a screenshot of the confirmation email and send them, to him. So it's something happening once a year, as I told you. But for you who pay every month or maybe weekly, I don't know how you set up to pay your bills, you need to, have a conversation, a sheet of paper, write down all your account and your username and the password, in case that you're not available to pay that bill, and your spouse, can do the job for you. So I don't know if and the other thing is, you need to have a list of your emergency contact. Let me tell you, if you apply for a job, if you register your kids at school, or maybe in a summer camp somewhere, when you have to fill out that paperwork, they will ask you for an emergency contact, because you never know what will happen. Okay, so this is why we need to have a list of your emergency contact, their name, their phone number, what can happen, who to contact if something happened to you. The next thing we will talk about is, a list of your, when I say social life contact, it's more about your primary doctor, your lawyer, if you have a CPA or a tax preparer, your children's school information, your work information. So it's great to have a list, of those information, so that can help you to move forward. So remember, as I said, to clean to I just make a comeback, to clean that paperwork. I know for some of you, and it's happened to me, when you grab the mail, we just put it on the counter, okay, and then we forget. And since we have a stack of paper, and then sometimes we forget, and so it is a good thing every time we go to the mailbox, try to read. If it's an important email, just trash it. And if you can be paperless, I'm all paperless contact, so I set up everything paperless. But sometimes you still receive some magazines, some newspapers, or maybe the pre-approved credit cards, just to put you in more debt. So those tips can really help you. So I know it's weekend time. Okay, so you will have a plenty time. Okay, some of you might go, might want to relax themselves or do the cleaning. It's a We started. This is our first challenge. The part one. Start by cleaning or put in order your legal documents, your family records. That will save you money. That will save you time, and we never know. So, and the reason I emphasize, I don't know if you had that experience when you were at work. You make sure that your desk is clean, your file are organized, all the clients or maybe your customer file, they are all in the file cabinet. But when you are home, it's something different. I've been there and I'm still struggling, but as I told you, it's a way to help you save time, save money, and have a nice house. So this is my first tip. I would say this is the first part of the challenge, the money takeover challenge. So if you have any question, so you can tap in your comments or maybe send me a message, and I will see you in the next video next week. Hi, bye guys.